Gypsy Rose Blanchard went live on TikTok with her friend Bree. They were on Bree's account and Gypsy joined the live. I find this interesting because Ken was on Morbid's live one night and Morbid asked if Gypsy would ever come on, and Ken said no, she would never. She can't really talk about a lot right now. But Gypsy did talk about a lot with Bree. She didn't discuss the crime. She didn't give details or anything like that about the crime, but she did talk a lot about her current life, how she feels about social media, if they're doing another season of her show, things that annoy her on social media, how she disguises herself when she goes out in public. She also shares her side of the family reunion drama and so much more. Gypsy said it's annoying the things people say she lies about. She said people call her a liar just because she doesn't say the exact thing verbatim.
I think the one thing that like is annoying is people are like, she lies, but the things that they say I lie about, they're just because I don't say the same thing verbatim. Like when I went fishing and I did that whole, fishing experience with Ken, and then Nina was like, well, why couldn't she just say that she's been fishing before? She's lying. She went crabbing with her dad. Okay, fishing and crabbing are two different things. I've never held a damn fishing pole before. That was my first time.
You can't do anything without Nina saying something.
I know, and I've just learned that. I'm like, I've just kind of accepted that point that I'm like, I can say, this is my first time doing this, and then they'll go and find something similar.
Ken has joined Sir Morbid's lives on YouTube numerous times. I don't think he's been on there recently, but Gypsy said she told Ken if he wanted a place to speak his truth to go to Bree's live because it's a safe place. Gypsy is going in at the end of this month, I believe, to do an audio recording of her book. So someone asked if she would ever do a meet and greet.
I mean, I think unless it was like for like a book signing type of thing. Other than that, probably not. Because, I mean, guys, I don't see myself as that way, So it's just kind of awkward to me.
Here we go. Period, poop. And this is, you hear it from Gypsy right here. Because, like, people do not understand that. Like, people think that she wants to, like, just be like, see me, look at me, love me.
No, do you know how embarrassed I was at the family reunion?
Someone who came in contact with Gypsy at the lake at her family reunion spoke out on social media. I'll link that video for you here. Now Gypsy's explaining what went down at the family reunion from her perspective.
And I know I made that post that got made fun of a lot, but like it was really hard because I was like trying to just have the family reunion. Yeah. And there was this part of the beach. There was people always coming up to me. And then like I took a couple of selfies with some girls that came up to me. But then like I was starting to head towards like where we were having the gathering. And like one girl came up to me. I took a picture with her. But then like they swarmed me on both sides. And I said, hey, everybody, like I'd love to take a picture with everybody. But I'm at a family gathering. I just can't right now. And they all like left. And then that's when like family members started to kind of recognize that they needed to kind of say something and kind of just have a little bit more of their caution up. And so a couple of family members like, hey, keep on walking or whatever. And I didn't tell them to say anything to people. But it's like we're having a family gathering. I don't want the attention to be on me. This is for everybody. I'm just a guest. And then somebody wrote in a comment, well, why didn't you just not go if you thought that it was going to be like that? And I'm like, because I'm family too. Why should I have to give up meeting my family and extended family because people are not respectful?
Gypsy also said someone shared her location, like in the moment. They posted on social media where Gypsy was when she was still at that location.
And so when I'm trying to build a bond with my brother because it's like, we didn't grow up together, but he's married with a family. And so we don't get together very often. So I'm trying to build a bond with him. And that's really hard whenever people are constantly invading our space.
And he doesn't want to be out there.
Yes. For me to have that.
Respect him.
Yeah, exactly.
Bree said the documentary Gypsy made is considered to be season 1. The season of Love After Lockup we just watched was season 2. So Bree asked her, will there be a season 3? And I believe there will be based on Gypsy's answer.
I am contractually not able to say.
You cannot say. She cannot even say if there will be a season 3.
I cannot speak on that.
But I think
We don't know. We don't know. It's in the air. Yeah. So I don't even know what y'all talking about. Like, we don't even know.
Right. What are we talking about?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis?
I've seen some comments on social media that were saying Lifetime was at the family reunion and they filmed part of the family reunion. Also, remember when Gypsy posted this picture to Instagram? Some people are saying they filmed this night too. I mean, look at how they're dressed. TV ready, right? Gypsy has extensions and everything.
It'll be your third Lifetime show.
If they have it. Right.
I think by accident, Gypsy just confirmed it right there. Someone said, this will be your third Lifetime show. And I believe Gypsy said, right.
It'll be your third Lifetime show.
If they have it. Right.
What do you think? Did Gypsy confirm it there or not? Gypsy said she doesn't want to be recognized in public. So lately she's been wearing sunglasses and a hat. And she's thinking about wearing a COVID mask to disguise herself even more. Bree asked Gypsy if there's anything she wants to clarify. Is there anything she wants to say? And Gypsy said, I haven't really been in lives that much. And then Bree says, you haven't even been on social media that much. And then Gypsy said her PR team pretty much handles her social media accounts for her. They do all the posting. She films the content, sends it to her PR team. They edit it, post it. I'm sure they're making all of her thumbnails. It sounds like they do everything except for make the content.
Combination of like, yeah, I have my passwords to where I can log in if I want to, but like for posting and stuff like that, I'll make the content and then send it over to my PR team. They will edit it and post it for me. And we do that a lot on a regular. So if there's ever a time that I'm like in live, yeah, it's me, but I'm probably not going to be there for very long. This is the longest that I've been in a live for a long time.
Gypsy says she hates social media and they try to live in real life in the present moment and kind of put social media to the side sometimes.
But
I hate social media. If it was if it was just my opinion alone, I would have already like deleted my TikTok, deleted my Instagram, and went completely off social media. But a lot of people were like talking to me and in my ear, it's 10 million followers. Do you realize how big that is? People cannot buy that kind of following. Maybe they can. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But I got that organically from the time that I got released. Like my social accounts blew up. And so there are people that tell me you'd be a dumbass if you would delete your socials. I don't want to keep my head in the phone or on social media. I want it to be in the real world. And I want him to feel the same way. So we have had a lot of discussions about social media and about how to be more grounded with reality.
Gypsy said her parole requires her to have a job, but she could never work in like a public place like Walmart because people would come up to her all the time.
Okay, by parole, I have to have a job. And my parole officer does count my book, the documentary, the TV show, everything that even my social media, being an influencer, that counts as a job. So as long as I still have that, that is my income. That is my job.
A lot of people on social media say Gypsy is profiting off her crime, but she said she's not doing that.
The show is about my life currently. My social media, there's not one thing posted about the crime on my social media. How am I profiting off of the crime? Because that's what I'm known for. I'm trying to change that. If people would just give me the chance, I can go from being known, infamous, to being known for doing something better with her life. And that's my point on social media.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Gypsy said she's trying to find her niche on social media. When she first got out of prison, she wanted to be an advocate, but she said she was slammed by content creators.
What is my niche? What is my purpose? when I first came out, I wanted to advocate, but people like Nina and Morbid and all of these content creators slam me down, and I'm human. That's going to get to me. So what else do I have? Oh, putting on my makeup, doing my daily routine, because that's what's fun to me. Now, is there a time to get serious? Absolutely. Time and place and the proper way to go about that.
And you have a right to do that. Like, what I try to tell people a lot of times is that you said you wanted to advocate. There are other things you're passionate about, not just what you went through. So That's for one. For two, you're allowed to change your mind, and not that you have, but you're allowed to. So three, you also, just because you say you're going to do something, it doesn't mean it has to be the next day.
Then Gypsy said, what if there's things going on behind the scenes that the public is not aware of? Only privileged people in my life are aware of. She said things will come out eventually. Then Bree said, yeah, everybody doesn't know everything that's going on with your life. She said even on the TV show Life After Lockup, they didn't show everything. Then Gypsy brings up the fact that Lifetime didn't show her donation to Make-A-Wish, even though they were at her house and they filmed it.
But I even had a conversation with Lifetime, because there was we filmed, they were at my house whenever I made the donation to Make-A-Wish. And I still have the receipt from that. I sent it to you if you remember. Yeah. And I was disappointed that they didn't show that, because I'm like, that was something that I wanted to do. That was something that was on my heart. And all these haters are like, did she make a donation and then went into so much just to try to message Make-A-Wish, asking if I did or if I didn't. I did. I have the receipt, but I'm not bragging about it. That's not why I did it.
That's what they would have said if you would have showed it anyway.
I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't.
Bree is on social media a lot. I mean, hours and hours every day, almost every day, defending Gypsy. So some people think that Gypsy must be paying her.
Oh, yeah. Gypsy. Everybody, how much, Gypsy, do I get paid by you?
Only in frog legs.